Yes, the boohoo effect here. I've been noticing Tracy has been on this consistent tangent about me being out of breath. You see, Tracy assumes that everybody's sitting around like her, unless she's walking her dog, smoking a spliff, when she absolutely has to leave her house, or when she's got to hide from her daughter because her daughters do not like her stalking all the time. But other than that, Tracy is at her computer, sitting around. You see, she cannot naturally comprehend that people do other things. You see, nowadays when I post videos, Tracy, I'm on my phone. And as you are aware, you should be aware, cell phones are mobile. That's why they refer to them as a mobile phone. Sometimes when I'm posting videos, you have no clue what I'm doing. Physical activities. Yes. And a lot of times I'm walking. The video I posted last night, hiking in the woods. Something that you would never do because you just don't have it in you. Nor do you have the adequate health to perform such activities as that. You have no idea how I exert myself physically. But that's nor here or there. Let's get back to the subject. She's been making comments like this as well in her lives. Here's one here recently. She says here, he's going to huff and puff and blow all our houses down. Okay, she's trying to mock that I am out of breath. That I'm somehow lacking oxygen to be able to breathe it in fully into my body. To sustain life, right? She goes on to say, he is just sat there. He is just, I think she meant, he just sat there. And he is out of breath. You see, right there, Tracy's assuming that I'm sitting around. You see, that's how stupid these people are. They're the opposite of being a detective. They just assume, before they start ridiculing. Now, as far as pedos, yeah, you support one, don't you? And you pretended to be an underage daughter to catfish. Now, could that be open to scrutiny? I think it should be, yes. I think it qualifies. But let's continue. He's out of breath from being overweight. Really? Because I'm Braden Landon, right? Why don't you SEO me? Today, Tracy, quit talking. You don't know what I look like. I lift weights. Yeah, I'm the opposite of fat. I haven't been lifting lately, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm not fat. I'm bulky in another way. Something that you're not. You're soft. You can tell that you absolutely have never engaged in resistant exercise. Ask any doctor. They'll recommend that. And under exercise, really? That's why I lift weights? That's just one of many of my hobbies. I'm spread out. Or hyperventilating from being mad as fuck. Okay, hyperventilating. Since you like to press this idea, you see, you're so hypersensitive. Speaking of hypersensitive of that hoaxer channel because it's calling you out on your health and you don't like it. You throw a fit making up terms as cancer trolling, something you just made up when the only thing that channel did was post up some lungs. What are you so insecure about, Tracy? You're smoking? You do have bad lungs. You admitted that. And that picture of the lungs depicted some lungs in bad shape. All right? Suffering emphysema. You got bad lungs and you smoke. You constantly preach health. How, oh, don't eat that. Don't do this. You should eat that. Don't eat meat, in which you eat meat. But you smoke. You smoke pot. Marijuana is even much, much more worse than tobacco. And you preach health. You have, no doubt, pre-emphysema coming on. Listen to your voice. It gets deeper every year. And you accuse other people of being in bad health. I think that's the very subject you probably should stay away from, Tracy. Just some advice there. But, since you like to go on this subject all the time, accuse other people of having breathing issues, I'm sure, you already have bouts of battling cancer and you're smoking. And emphysema is not a very friendly disease to have. Emphysema is a type of COPD, chronic, obstructive, what's that word? Pulmonary disease. Is a group of lung diseases that make it hard to breathe and get worse over time. Now, your voice is hoarse and deep for a reason. The other main type of COPD is chronic bronchitis. Most people with COPD have both emphysema and chronic bronchitis. But how severe each type can be different from person to person. Emphysema affects the air sacs in your lungs. Normally, these sacs are elastic or stretchy. When you breathe in, each air sac fills up with air, like a small balloon. When you breathe out, the air sacs deflate, and the air goes out. In emphysema, the walls between many of the air sacs in the lungs are damaged. This causes the air sacs to lose their shape and become floppy. The damage also can destroy the walls of the air sacs, leading to fewer and larger air sacs instead of many tiny ones. This makes it harder for your lungs to move oxygen in and carbon dioxide out of your body. What causes emphysema? The cause of emphysema is usually long-term exposure to irritants that damage your lungs, such as smoking, right, Tracy? And always in airways. In the United States, cigarette smoke is the main cause. Pipe, cigar, and other types of tobacco smoke can also cause emphysema, especially if you inhale them. Okay, you're accusing me of breathing hard when you have no clue what I'm doing. No clue. I'm doing other things, Tracy. Not everybody is sitting around with their dog or playing bingo. Okay? People engage in physical activity. You have no idea what my body looks like. If you think I'm Braden Landon, then okay, go with that. That's your choice. Now, let's go to a channel that Tracy despises for a reason. It's got some sound effects that Tracy makes consistently on her live. So let's listen in. Okay, let's go back to the comment. He just sat there and he's out of breath from being overweight and under exercise, hyperventilating. Just for good measure, let's reiterate here. I rest my case. We'll see you in the next one.